Assalamu alaikum everybody. Our lesson today is talking about how do you name a point on a coordinate grid. Firstly, let's know what is the grid. Of course, everybody knows the grid like that one. After that, what is the coordinate grid? What is the coordinate grid, guys? It's a grid that has a horizontal x-axis and vertical y-axis, like that one. This one is called a coordinate grid. Those two black lines are called the two axes of the coordinate grid. The first line, which is horizontal, is called x-axis, and the other line, which is vertical, is called y-axis. And the point at which the x-axis and y-axis intersect is called the origin point. So x-axis and y-axis intersect in one point. In that point, which is called origin point, is 0. 0 and 0. Okay, so again, what is the coordinate grid like, which is shown here, which has two black lines, x and y? The horizontal line is called x-axis and the vertical line is called y-axis, and the horizontal line and vertical line meet in a point or intersect in a point which is called the origin point. After that, I want to know how to graph the point on the coordinate grid. If I want to graph the point which is A, which is point A, 2, 5, or I can name it as 2 and 5. How to graph this point which is A, 2, and 5 on the coordinate grid? Firstly, guys, let's start moving from the origin point which is 0. Okay, so how to move again? Just look at 2 firstly. Look at the first number, which is 2. So the first number in the point or in the ordered pair, which is 2 and 5, the first number tells me I'll move right how many movements. I'll move horizontally how many movements. So start moving from 0, 2 units to the right, guys. 1 unit, another unit. So what did I do here? I just moved 2 movements or 2 units to the right. Then I look at the other number, which is 5. 5 tells me that I have to move up 5 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then put a point. Of course, that point refers to the point A, which is 2 and 5. So again, guys, how to graph a point on the coordinate grid. As I said to you, look at the first number. The first number tells me I'll move right how many movements. Then the second number tells me I'll move up how many units. Okay? So the point in the grid is named using ordered pair of numbers. Like any point, guys, can be written as the point x and y. So as I said to you, the first number, of course, is for x-axis, and the second number for y-axis, of course, for the vertical line y-axis. So the first number, I want you to know that x and y, the ordered pair, the brackets or the parentheses of x and y, that part or that point is called ordered pair of numbers. So the brackets or the parentheses, then 2 letters inside x and y, or 2 numbers inside. So x refers to the horizontal line and y refers to the vertical line. So that point, which is x and y, is called ordered pair of numbers. The first number, which is x, is called x coordinate, and the second number, which is y, is called y coordinate. So for the point which is 2 over 5, which is 2 and 5, what is the x coordinate in that point, which is 2 and 5? Of course, the x coordinate is 2. Okay, and the y coordinate is what? The y coordinate is 5. So the first number in the point, or the first number in the ordered pair, which is 2 and 5, the first number is called x coordinate, and the second number is called y coordinate. So the first number is called x coordinate, is here is 2, and y coordinate here is what? Is 5. Okay, so again, guys, how to graph a point, how to graph any point on the coordinate grid, like point 2 and 5, like point 2, 5, or 2 and 5. As I said, you move horizontally from 0, 2 units to the right, then vertically 5 up, 5 units up. Okay, I think that you got it now. Okay, let's solve some questions in the book. Like question number 1, he said you are graphing point E at 0 and 5. Do you move to right 0 units or up 0 units? As I said to you, the first number here, which is 0, is the x coordinate. So the x coordinate tells me what? Tells me I'll move right. How many units? So because the x coordinate here is 0, so I'll move right 0 units. So what is the answer here? Of course, move to the right 0 units. Because what again? Because the first number in the ordered pair is the x coordinate, which moves horizontally on x-axis. The second question, what ordered pair names the origin of any coordinate grid? As I said to you, the x-axis and y-axis meet in a point or intersect in a point which is called origin point, and that point is 0 and 0. So what ordered pair names the origin of any coordinate grid? As I said to you again, the origin point is 0 for the x coordinate and 0 also for the y coordinate, so the point will be written as 0 and 0. So the origin point again is 0 and 0. I want you to memorize that, guys. Okay. So what is the origin point again, or what are the coordinates of the origin point? Yes, exactly, will be 0 and 0. Question 3. Describe how to graph point K at 5 and 4. So there's a point K which is 5 and 4. That of course the x coordinate here is 5 and y coordinate is 4. How to graph this point? As I said to you before, the first number tells me that I move horizontally on x-axis, how many units according to the point, and the second number, which is y coordinate, still tells me that I'll move vertically, how many units, of course, according to the point. So for the point K, which is 5 and 4, how to graph that point? As I said to you, move horizontally from 0, 5 units to the right, then vertically 4 units up, then put a point K, which refers to the point 5 and 4. He said from question number 4 and 5, he said in question 4 and 5, write the ordered pair for each point. Use the grid. Firstly, look at the grid on the right. I wanna write, yes, the ordered pair or the coordinates of those points B and A. Firstly, I want to write the coordinates of point B. How to write the coordinates of point B? Just look at point B firstly, and please look carefully for point B, and point B is looking at number what on x-axis? Yes, it's looking at number 3 on x-axis, and looking at number what on y-axis? Yes, it's looking at number 2 on y-axis. So the coordinates of point B will be 3 and 2. I don't need someone to say it's 2 and 3. Of course, no. As I said, as usual, the first number is the x coordinate. How to get the x coordinate? Of course, from the x-axis. So because point B is looking at number 3 on x-axis, so I'll start from 3. So I'll say 3 and 2, not 2 and 3. So if someone said 2 and 3, of course will be wrong, because 2 and 3 will be in another place. Okay. So what about point A? Yes, everybody knows that the x-axis and y-axis intersect in a point which is called origin point, and A here is exactly on the origin point. So what is the ordered pair for point A? Exactly 0 and 0, because this one is the origin point. Question 6 and 7. I want you to name the point for each ordered pair. Here in this part, I'm going to give you the point, I'm going to give you the ordered pair, but I want to get the letter of the point for this ordered pair. Firstly, 5 and 3. How to know point 5 and 3, or the ordered pair 5 and 3 refers to which point? Firstly, look at, of course, number 5 on x-axis, because this one starts from 5. Starts by what? Starts by 5. That means the x coordinate is 5. So firstly, move from 0, 5 units to the right. Okay, move 5 units to the right, then 3 units up to reach to point what? To reach to point D. So firstly, look at point D again. Point D is looking at number 5 on the x-axis and looking at number 3 on y-axis. So it's exactly point D. So again, question 6, which is 5 and 3, will be, yes, exactly, will be point D, because point D is looking at 5 on x and looking at 3 on y, And of course, that's the point, which is 5 and 3. So the answer will be point D. What about 1 and 4? 1 and 4, of course, which point is looking at number 1 on X and number 4 on Y? It's exactly point C. So C is looking at 1 on X because the first coordinate is 1 here. Yes, and looking at 4 on Y, it's exactly our point here, which is 1 and 4, which is point C.